are getting closer and closer to spring, which means we are getting closer to it being an even better time to sell your house. 2021 has not been nearly as tragic as 2020 was. Debatable. But let's talk about why it's actually an amazing time to sell right now. In my previous videos, I've talked about why it was an amazing time to buy, but I've never really talked about selling, so let's get to it. 2 weeks ago, interest rates went up by 0.5%. Now, that's not a crazy amount, but we have to ask ourselves, what does that mean? Last year when home prices went up, buyers were still able to afford these homes because interest rates were so low, which means the cost of borrowing money was lower. Now, because interest rates are going slightly higher, what do we think is going to happen? Home prices are going to freeze or decrease. Probably freeze. Essentially, it all just kind of evens itself out. Low interest rates, higher prices, high interest rates, lower prices. Now, are we expecting interest rates to go through the roof? I don't know, probably not. But what I can tell you is that those super low interest rates, those COVID rates, gone, honey. Don't get me wrong, interest rates are still at an amazing rate, but beware, okay? This is going to affect some buyers, not all. Other buyers are still going to be able to afford what they can, maybe a little bit less. It's a great time to sell your house before interest rates go any higher. If you've been thinking about it and you are looking for that sign from God to move forward, well, it's me. It's me, God. I'm here. It's time to sell your house. As a seller, you've really got the upper hand in this market. You got to ask yourself, are you willing to bet on the market next year and wait, or are you ready to pull the trigger now while the market is hot and you're pretty much guaranteed to sell your house? I also want to mention the infamous, the crazy, and the dangerous Biden tax plan 2021. If you haven't read Biden's tax plan, you can find all the information online. Make sure you read it. Look at what is at stake for you as a real estate investor. 1031 exchanges are at stake, which is insane. You should read Biden's tax plan. You can find all the information online. If you haven't read it, you should check it out. I'm sure you could just Google it and it'll pop up. But basically, there is a lot at stake for real estate investors in particular. Biden is trying to get rid of 1031 exchanges. And if you don't know what a 1031 exchange is, essentially it is a swap of one's investment property to another that allows for a capital gains tax to be deferred. Now, if Biden does get rid of this, it's not going to be great. The tax plan also is trying to raise the capital gains tax. Now, this isn't really going to put a lot of people at stake, but it will put a good amount of people at stake. Your investment property could be one of them. Get ahead of the game and take advantage while you can. If you have a lot of capital gains at stake, I would highly, highly, highly suggest you seriously weigh out your options and see if this is the right move for you and take advantage while you still can. If you are considering selling and want to do a 1031 exchange and don't know what to even put that money into, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. It's going to be to my website for my seller, buyer, and investor inquiries. Fill out the little form there and I will be sure to reach out to you as soon as I can. And that is that, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope maybe it gave you something to think about. Things are changing, and whether we like it or not, we got to get ahead of it. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know what your next step is and play the system, or else the system will play you. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Brokergayane. I will be here every Wednesday, honey, trying to tell you something about real estate as we learn this together. I hope you are all doing well and staying healthy. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below and I will be sure to get back to you. And that's that, guys. Take care. Bye.